Diego Costa is banging in the goals, 22 goals in 31 games, just in time for Man United this weekend.
Nice one, Diego.
But would you swap your striker of one of your teams? I'm QPR, so I probably would. And no, I wouldn't, because it's him and he's Chelsea. But would you guys swap Diego Costa for your top striker? Because he is on fire at the moment. Whatever you want to say about him, he does give his all. He does occupy those two centre-backs. He is a good player. So would you swap him for your top guy?
Who is my top guy right now?
Well, I don't know. What, for Man United?
Yeah.
Rooney.
Ibrahimovic.
I guess it's...
Really? We can have a conversation.
Yeah.
Right, we can talk. But there's no way I'm going to drop Ibrahimovic or Martial for Costa. And on all of his suitcases and all the baggage he comes with.
But yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Diego Costa he would get a lot more praise if he wasn't so difficult in games and if he didn't court controversy as much as he does.
But
he is a really, really good player.
Yeah, he's a great player, and his temperament is a part of his player. Is how well he plays as well. Defenders react to him because it's Diego Costa. He unsettles the other team, which creates problems, and people lose their shape. Defenders react in the way that they wouldn't otherwise. They lose focus in the same way that a batsman loses focus against certain bowlers in the sledging.
Yeah.
It's the same principle. So you can't take Costa without all of that other stuff. And you wouldn't want to. If you want Costa in your team, you want that Costa doing that sort of thing. And if he played for Spurs, you know what? I'd give him a buy. I'd give him a buy. I wouldn't care. Especially against teams like Arsenal and Chelsea, where that mental aspect to the game is so important.
Yeah. Do you think he's always in control when he's doing all this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you?
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing
I
all
can't
the time.
figure out
I think
if
he's
he
never
is or
lost
if he
it.
isn't.
No, I mean, I'm sure he gets into situations where he's lost it, but even the incident with Dembele and where Dembele got banned for 6 games and Costa didn't, maybe got a couple of became banned, where Dembele gouged his eye, which is a horrendous thing to do and would never...
Cowardly, man.
Yeah, cowardly. But if you look behind him...
Cowardly.
The cowardly action was provoked by, you can see it on camera, Costa grabbing the skin like a little...
Say it.
No, because it's misogynistic. Like a prick. And just grabbed his skin like that. And you're like, do you know what? I'm going to pull your eyes out if you keep doing that to me. Yeah. So... but it's irrelevant because the fact is he's there to win football matches. So to answer the question, no, I wouldn't.
Simple yes or no. Simple yes or no. Could have done that.
No, I wouldn't.
No way.
So what's interesting?
Harry Kane, he hasn't scored 31 goals in 2 seasons.
But I bet all of us have had a player who oppositions hated, and there's been loads of players like I guess sticking with Chelsea. Someone like Dennis Wise used to always do it. We had Mark Bircham, who would just, you knew what he's doing. He's trying to wind up players. Roy Keane to an extent.
Yeah, Keane was the one I'm
Gary Neville is an irritant on the pitch.
Don't be rude to Gary, man.
But he was this kind of Robbie Savage. Those guys that you hate.
No, it's like Luis Suarez. Like, only Liverpool fans could defend Luis Suarez when he was in that team. When he was out of that team, he's like, oh fuck him. But when he's in your team, you can give him a buy. You can look past his
Liverpool
flaws.
fans' defence.
Martin Keown, there you go, as well.
Defence of Luis Suarez went so far that I had a Liverpool fan I know celebrated his goal against England when Uruguay scored. That's how.
He's still your friend?
Do you know what? I actually deleted him on WhatsApp after that, and I haven't spoken to him since.
Yes.
But you know
to be fair, Liverpool fans don't.
Yeah, they don't really like him.
No, but that's fair enough. I still delete him off WhatsApp. Fuck him.
Robbie, you've kept quiet, mate.
You know what? With Diego Costa, he's done the same thing to like Koscielny last year. He's done the same thing to our players. I love Diego Costa and I hate Diego Costa, and that's the compliment. I love him. I love watching him, man. I love watching him when he's not playing against us, and he's the sort of player that if he played for me, I'd love him.
Yeah.
Because he gives it 100%. He's crazy, but it's part of his makeup of him as a player. And not only that, the difference between him like some of those players you name, like your Robbie Savages and people like that, is that he's actually really good. He's a world-class player. So he's very similar to Suarez. Not as good as Suarez, but very, very similar to Suarez. And I just see him, he just reminds me of a guy from the street, man. He's just like, he don't give a toss. You know what I mean? When he's playing, he don't care.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who the opposition is. He doesn't care. I kind of really respect that. But then on the other hand, when he's playing against me, I hate the guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd have him in my team. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah?
I would if.
It's that South American mentality he's got, isn't
And I know that Arsenal were very interested in signing him before he went to Chelsea.
And Liverpool as well. Weren't
I like him. I think he's a very good player. But as I said, there's a lot to hate with him as an opposition player because he winds you up. He does all these little cynical things. He does anything for that edge.
But that's highlighted from, like, if you think Diego Maradona used to do that, like, although a lot of there's a different mentality in South American players. It's what can I get away with?
I watched him when Chelsea played Swansea.
Right,
when Chelsea played Swansea, it was actually entertaining watching Diego Costa throughout that game. He wound every Swansea player up, and in the end, he got to them, and he ended up scoring. And as I said, you don't want him again. When he played against last season, but you know, he got players sent off for Arsenal.
But
He's a properly horrible character, but if he's on your team, he can help. He's a winner.
Football is a game, right? Take the Xhaka tackle, for example. He knew what he was doing there. He's like, right, I'm going to take a calculated yellow card and stop him running through. It didn't work out for him. He got a red card. But
Robbery.
Costa knows the angles. He knows exactly where the ref's looking, and he knows if there's a body blocking him that he can get away with a pinch or there. And as you say, the mental game can add so much.
When he retires and people look back at him, you'll think, yeah, he was an arsehole, but he was a great striker.
There is a bit of baggage with him, though, isn't it? Like, even this weekend, the amount of times we've heard he's put in a transfer request and he's changed his mind, transfer request, changed his mind. It's one part of it. He does get suspended a lot, which is also another problem. And even at the weekend, he was asking to come off. You don't want to see that either, do you?
I think I think he realised quite quickly because Conte's not someone you muck about with, but a manager, probably the most fiercely strict manager there is around. And it was a weird one. So he kind of complaining of a pulled hamstring or a tight hamstring. He was worried about he was on a yellow card as well. Didn't want to miss the game against United. Who'd have got, no, that would have been a suspension if sending off, obviously. And Conte said, no, you stay on. I'm making the rules. He said in the press conference afterwards, he goes, I needed him on the pitch. I make the decisions.
Yeah.
And that's that. And I mean, if he would have flipped out, and he's well within his capabilities to flip out on the pitch at something that isn't going his way. But to be fair, he did play the 90 minutes. Maybe someone like Conte is the man to kind of tame the arseholeness in him.
Or him to at least get a little bit scared off.
Right? In general, I mean, obviously, I love my Arsenal, but I love football and I love characters in the game. And to me, the game needs people like your Diego Costas and people like you need some characters in there. You need not every player to be goody two shoes. You know what I mean? You need some nice characters.
He's the villain, isn't he?
Villains and some characters in the game. And Diego Costa is that guy. And he's good for the game.
If you look at the traits of all successful teams,
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say he's good for the game. He's a cheat. He died.
Listen, he does. Sometimes he does. You're right. Sometimes he cheats. He cheated against us last year, right? But for some unknown reason, I still like the guy because he's a character.
He is.
He's
not good for the game in the purest sense, but he's good for the game and stuff to talk about and creating talking points. And
he's just non-stop during the game. He don't know what he's going to do next.
So you take him then?
I'd take him.
You swap him for?
I wouldn't swap him for Alexis.
Giroud.
I wouldn't swap him for Alexis. Would I swap him for Giroud? I'd have to be, if I'm being 100% honest, yeah.
99% of Arsenal fans would swap him for Giroud.
Did you take him?
No.
You wouldn't take him over Kane?
No.
I think a lot of people would say that he'd walk into most teams.
I think he's a better striker than Harry Kane. He is a better striker than Harry Kane.
He may well be a better striker. He scores less goals and isn't. And Harry Kane is an arsehole. Harry Kane scores 62 goals in 2 seasons.
Yeah, but then remember, Costa was out for a lot of last season, wasn't he?
That's not my problem. He didn't score as many goals.
I don't care. Just take Costa.
No way.
Doesn't want him. And you're saying no as well. Obviously, he's playing you guys this weekend.
Typical, he didn't get sent off. I kind of would have preferred it if he did, but going back to the point about him getting asked to be taken off, surely the manager's got to listen to a player who says, I can feel I might be getting slightly injured here. I've got a yellow card.
Conte responded and said, "No, I understand that, but this is my team. I make the decisions.
I own those hamstrings.
These are my these are my mistakes to make, not his decisions."
Yeah, that's fair enough. But going back to United, I wouldn't take him over Ibrahimovic.
How many times did Ibrahimovic last 4 months?
Too many. Go for Zlatan, it's much easier. But
Would you take him over Martial?
no way. Absolutely. Martial's one of the most electric players in the Premier League, man.
You
Like
hardly
him or lump
played
him,
the guy.
he's a quality player. I'd take him over Rooney in a heartbeat.
You hardly played
Rooney's not a
Martial.
striker anymore.
Yeah, we spoke about that last week.
Yeah, but let's not mention his DR name. But you know, he
Turned on him,
is what
mate.
he is.
They turned on Rooney.
We've talked about this
They
last week.
turned on
It
Rooney,
is
mate, I tell
disgusting,
you.
but we'll never go into that. It won't get.
The guy's a legend at your club.
He's not a legend. He's not a legend.
He's a legend
Got
at your
such
club.
a- go back to
I
last
wasn't here
week.
last week.
Go not a legend.
I've got to jump in there, man.
Go back to last week. Watch the video. There's 10 minutes.
He's a
of us
legend.
Not a
ripping
legend.
Sam a new one. Just
Not a
go-
legend.
Go back
He's
and
still a legend.
He's
He's a
not a
legend
legend.
now.
close it up.
Bobby Charlton, Ryan Giggs, Scholes, legends. Rooney, not a legend.
Close
End
it
of
up.
conversation.
Chelsea Man United is the big game this weekend, and Bet Victor are giving away 100 grand.
That's a lot of dough.
That's a lot of dough. It's more than you making ever. And
4
if-
years
Well,
wages.
thank you.
6 years wages.
6 years wages.
And he pays himself.
Do you want to win 6 years of Sam's wages?
Yes.
If you do,
Yeah, I
then
do.
you need to predict the first goal scorer and the minute that they score the goal. Robbie, who you going
Rooney's
Why?
going to
It's a
score.
waste.
Rooney's going to
Waste of your
score,
free
mate.
bet there, right there.
Rooney's going to score. Rooney, 85th minute. He comes. They'll bring him on last 10 minutes. Rooney, 85th minute.
I'll
goal.
take it,
Bang.
but
Martial, 8 minutes.
I'm going to go for Juan Mata, 36 minutes. You go for
I'm going for by 12th minute because we're scoring corners quite often.
So we're all convinced Man United's going to win.
Yeah.
No, I never said they're going to win.
All right.
I just said Rooney's going to score in the 85th minute. I never said they'll win.
Well, they're not going to fight. That's right. We'll take it. We'll take it.
That's our predictions. If you want to get involved and have the chance of winning 100k, then there is a link in the description. Predict the first goal scorer and the minute that they're going to score it, and you could win. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like. Make sure you get all your comments down there talking about Diego Costa. Do you like him? Do you hate him? Is he the Brazilian/Spanish Robbie Savage? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure you subscribe to Ball Street.